There is news today, for those of you who haven't been on Twitter or on your phones, Microsoft just announced that they're going to accept Bitcoin for digital purchases. Do you think of Bitcoin as a competitor to American Express?
I think here's the point. The reality is we compete with any form of payments. But I think what's critical is people really do get confused about Bitcoin, the credit charge card sector, and cash and checks. So let me just throw a few figures out. The spending on credit and charge cards is $6 trillion. The spending outside of credit and charge on cash, checks, and debit is $25 trillion. So everyone focuses on this displacement of Bitcoin in the credit card industry. Here's the other point. There was a reason why credit cards were invented. People wanted to defer payment. They wanted to borrow. And so the reality is that customers have different payment needs. I actually think that the protocol of Bitcoin is going to be important. The analogy that I would give as I think about Bitcoin and alternative currencies is really Napster and iTunes. I don't know how this is going to evolve. We're following it closely. But at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of room for growth. 25 trillion. That's a lot of opportunity out there. 6 trillion in credit charge card. So I think there's room for a lot of players.
American Express was compatible with Apple Pay, which just launched from the launch.
Absolutely.
How important was that for you?
Well, I think what's really important for me, Andrew, and business in general, is you've got to innovate. And you've got to be willing to move forward. And I've been a believer for a long time that form factors are irrelevant. It all goes to what customer preferences are. So I really don't care if plastic goes away. I don't care at all. But what I like about Apple Pay is that it's simple, it's easy to use. Now, what's going to be critical is merchant adoption, because they need ubiquity for them to be very successful. But I like the Apple brand name. Our customers, American Express customers, are power users of Apple products and services. So we like that connection.
So right now, Apple arguably is a friend. Do you see a moment in time where they become a foe, where they decide that instead of having you on their system, they're going to do it themselves? They have your name and your email and all sorts of other touch points with me. I have an Apple phone. And maybe they say, we want to be the bank.
Here's the point that I would make, because I have had some conversations with Tim Cook about this, is one, what's very noteworthy is we talk about the importance of our closed loop, meaning we have an integrated payments model, and we have information and data from merchants and from the end user customer. What I've been very consistent about with people is what is sacrosanct for us is our closed loop. What did Apple decide? We're keeping our data. They don't have our data. That's very important. I also believe that Apple knows what I would call what the soul of their company is. The soul of their company is not payments. It's products and services. So I think it's highly unlikely. That said, I don't operate from fear. What we have to do is to continue to differentiate our products and services. And that's what we're going to do going forward.